Today marks 1499 days since I learned and continue to learn with you. My hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you a goal to really empower you to become the person that you want to become. One day left. One day left till it will be 1500, 1500 days that I upload every single day. And today I was thinking what kind of important topic I would love to speak one day before 1500. Such a massive milestone. And I was thinking that I would love to speak about how to create your own reality. And I think that it's extremely important to understand that our own reality is it's again our way of seeing things because most people understand that the reality that we see is not the reality itself. The reality is that the one that we see, and I think that we need to really work on creating our reality that really uplifts us, elevates us, transforms us, and it really puts us in the best position to achieve the vision that we have set for ourselves. So today we'll share eight things that we need to consider when we think about how to create our own reality. Number one, your reality starts in your interpretation. And that's extremely important. So that means that what kind of beliefs, assumptions, expectations do you have? What kind of interpretations do you see? Because I think that you have heard that consciously we're able to see only 3% of information that we gather every single day. So that means that 97% is just filtered out, deleted out, and our interpretation of that information will lead to understanding what we expect, what we focus on, what meaning do we give to things. Because every single person could, there are two people could experience exactly the same experience, but they have total different interpretations. One person could see that this is for me, other person is it happened to me. So interpretation is a big, huge thing. So I think that when things happens, I think that we need to ask, okay, how do I interpret this that could benefit me? And I think that every single experience, when you ask that question, you will find the way to interpret things that really helps to create your own reality. Number two, your brain literally rewires to match your dominant thoughts. And it's interesting because a thought I think is different. A thought could come in and go by. And that's a lot of times what we do with like let's say affirmations. We affirm ourselves, thought came in, but what is the dominant thought? What is the thought that is during the days meditating on and really ruminating on, like even thinking constantly? Those are the thoughts that you rewire your brain. And that's exactly that we need to understand what you focus on expands. And then you ask, okay, what I'm mainly focusing on? And we need to work on to really rewire our brains, to really rewire our way of thinking. And a lot of times it's all about the input. The more input we can put, the more able to channel and better our thoughts, the better we will rewire our thoughts that really actually helps us rather than hold us back. Number three, your identity shapes your habits. I think that there is a beauty thing of challenges, like say a 30-day challenge, 50-day challenge, 100-day challenge. But if that challenge is to just focus just on the habit alone, after that challenge, people have a tendency to go back to old ways and they go back to old habits because they never changed their identity. Because if say I run every single day, it might be that you at some point you will quit running because this is what you do. But you say I am a runner, this is who I am. You will not stop running because runners doesn't stop running. So we need to ask, is this something that I do or this is who I am? And we need to work on the identity level because when you have identity, you don't quit on the habits of your identity. And that's a huge part. Number four, every action reinforces the reality you are building. So that means that it's important to have identity, but I think that when you have a massive will, um, you're able to really build the identity through daily actions. With a mindset, the right mindset and daily behaviors, you're able to really change your identity. But if you are not intentional, your daily actions could reinforce negative beliefs about yourself. So we can ask, okay, what kind of daily behaviors do I do on a daily basis right now, and what kind of things do they reinforce? What kind of reality that reinforces. And if I don't like the reality, maybe I'm able to change those behaviors that I could reinforce something more beneficial for me. Because those actions compound in a massive things. Number five, emotions are signals, not dictators. Doesn't matter. This is probably one of the most massive ones because emotion regulation is the key to success. Emotional mastery, emotional regulation, because you can have fear, you can have massive fear, but still move anyway. You can have doubts, but still do the right thing. You can be unmotivated but still take the action. So motivations could be a signal that something is going on, and emotion is part of being human, but those emotions are not supposed to dictate are you taking action or not. That's the most important part. Number six is you create your reality through stories you tell. So that means when you look into any kind of experience, what kind of narratives do you write in your mind around things? And it's so interesting because sometimes when people very quick to create stories in their mind, very quick. There's a person said something, a person did something, and then we are able to create narrative that maybe their intention was bad, even though that their intention might be positive and they wanted just to help. And what kind of stories, narratives we tell, that will dictate how much relationships and relation budget you have. Because if you think that other person is here to get you, that means that you will not develop a relationship, a strong relationship with that person or with their group. So with stories I tell dictates so much. Because if you say that I can't, and that means you can. But you say I'm learning to and I'm getting better, or maybe probably one of the most beautiful words is yet. I'm not capable of that yet, but I'm learning and getting better, and I will be soon. I will be working until I'm able to do that. Number seven, choose your environment intentionally. This is extremely important. Create your own reality, being able to really to look into who you spend your time with, what you consume, where you put your attention, what is around you. Because probably I've heard that analogy 1,000 times, but it's really beautiful analogy is that if a flower is not doing well, most people say, "Oh, that probably that an environment for the flower is wrong. So maybe we need to a little bit more water, maybe a little bit less of water, maybe a little bit more sun, maybe in a better corner." So we ask, okay, what kind of environment could be good for this flower? Because different flowers need different environment. The same with people. Different people need different environment to really to bloom, to be nurtured. And that's exactly we need to choose an environment for ourselves intentionally and not stay in an environment that actually drains us. And last one, number eight, is reality changes indeed first, not result first. So I think that's the most important part, one of the most important part about real reality is really focus on how I could change my identity before I see results. Because sometimes I want to see results, and when I see results, I believe that this is who I am. But being able to believe who you are based on the effort, I think that's extremely much more important. Because creators could say like I'm a creator before really they have proof or any action because they still need to create and they not need to wait until they create something painting like oh so I'm a painter even though I don't have a painting yet like you don't need to really have the painting to really call yourself a painter if you truly feel in your heart. And I think that when you feel in your heart, when you have belief that this is who you are, you will be doing a much better job to really finish and actually getting results that of the identity that you have built for yourself. So I hope you to reflect as well because such an important topic, really being able to create your own reality because this is one of my favorite topics because I always say that I was living till 25 my life by default. I was just following the line that how most people live, and at some point I realized that this is not how I want to live. And I started to work on myself that I could design my life. And this is one of my core thesis of my life, helping other people as well to really live a life by design, not by default. And that's exactly creating your own reality is one of the key aspects what I really like to speak about, develop, uh, and really make sure that people have all the resources necessary to get there. So I hope that you reflect on that because I said it's an extremely important topic. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.